Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are starting a third chapter, which is pair of linear equation in two variables of class 10 Cbse. And before we start our exercise, let's have a small intro. So what is a linear equation in one variable? An equation of the form ax equal to b or ax minus b equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, is called the linear equation in one variable. Why one variable? Here x is the only variable in the equation. So then what is a linear equation in two variables? That equation will have two variables. So an equation of the form ax plus by plus c equals 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a and b are not both zeros. That means a and b cannot take the values 0 at the same time. Or this condition you can represent it as a square plus b square not equal to 0. And this is called the linear equation in two variables. Then what is a pair of linear equation in two variables? Let's see what that is. Now the pair of linear equation in two variables x and y is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals 0, where a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2 are real numbers. One more condition, which is a1 square plus b1 square not equal to 0 and a2 square plus b2 square not equal to 0. So this was our intro. So now let's start with our exercise 3.1. So this is our first question. That is, Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also, 3 years from now I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Represent this situation algebraically and graphically. Now, how do you represent this algebraically? You just need to derive the pair of linear equation in two variables, and also you have to represent those equations graphically. So, how do you start? Let's represent the age of Aftab and the age of daughter in two variables. So, let the present age of Aftab be x and let the present age of daughter be y. So these are the two variables which we have taken. Then what is the condition given? 7 years ago. So what are their ages 7 years ago? Aftab will be x minus 7 and daughter will be y minus 7, and according to the given condition, Aftab will be 7 times the age of his daughter. So by given condition, what happens? X minus 7 is equal to 7 into y minus 7. Now let us open the bracket. So what do you get? X minus 7 is equal to 7y minus 49. So after simplifying, you get x minus 7y minus 7 plus 49 equals 0. You get x minus 7y plus 42 equals 0, which is our equation 1. So now let's find our second condition. Now what is the second condition given? After 3 years. So let's find the second condition. After 3 years. What will Aftab's age be? Aftab age is x plus 3 and daughter's age will be y plus 3, and by the given condition Aftab will be 3 times as old as his daughter. So that is x plus 3 is equal to 3 into y plus 3. Now let's open the bracket. You get x plus 3 equals 3y plus 9. Rearranging, you get x minus 3y plus 3 minus 9 equals 0. That implies x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0, which is our second equation. So now we have got equation number 1 and equation number 2, which are the two different situations which we have represented algebraically. Now let us represent it graphically. Now I have taken down and written both the equations. X minus 7y plus 42 equals 0 was our first equation, and x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0 was our second equation. Now to plot the graph, you need to find the solution set first. Now how do you find the solution set? For different values of x, you find out the different values of y by substituting each value of x in the corresponding equation. So I am drawing the solution set box, that is x and y, and I find different values of y for different values of x. So let's first represent this equation in terms of y equal to. So this becomes x plus 42 equals 7y, which implies y is equal to x plus 42 by 7. Now for each value of x, I can find each value of y. So first I am taking the value of x equal to 0. So what do I get the value of y? 0 plus 42 by 7 is 6. So I write 6 here. Now what value of x should I take next so that I can easily divide it by 7? Now if I take minus 7, what happens when x is minus 7? I get minus 7 plus 42, that is 35. 35 by 7 is 5. So now I have got the solution set. With 3 different values of x, I have found the corresponding values of y. Now for the second equation also, let us derive the solution set. So here I draw the box and I write x and y here, and I find 3 corresponding values. So first let us write this second equation in terms of y equal to. So how do you get that after rearranging? X minus 6 is equal to 3y, which implies y is equal to x minus 6 by 3. So now first let us put the value of x equals 0. Then what happens? 0 minus 6 by 3. You get the answer as minus 2. Now what will be the second value which I can take? Let me try the value of x is equal to 3. Then what happens? 3 minus 6 by 3. That is minus 3 by 3. You get the value as minus 1. Now next what value can I take? I can take x as 6. Then what do I get? 6 minus 6 by 3, which is 0. So now I have got 3 different values. When x is equal to 0, get y is equal to minus 2. When x is equal to 3, I got y is equal to minus 1. And when x is equal to 6, I get y equals 0. Now let's plot these points in our graph. So how do you start plotting? I plot the first point 0, 6. So where is 0, 6? 0 is here on x-axis and 6 on the y-axis. So this is our point 0, 6. Next it is 7 and 7. So 7 on x-axis and 7 on y-axis. I get a point here. Now next I get minus 7 and 5. So minus 7 on x-axis and 5 on y-axis. I get a point here. So now let's join these points and see what do you get. You get a straight line crossing through these 3 different points, and you write this equation name here, which is x minus 7y plus 42 equals 0. Now let's plot the graph of the second equation, that is 0 minus 2. So where is 0 on x-axis and minus 2 on y-axis? So the point is here. Now the second point is 3 minus 1. So 3 on x-axis and minus 1 on y-axis. The point comes here. And the third point is 6, 0. So 6 on x-axis and 0 on y-axis. So the point comes here. Now let's join all these 3 points. So the line goes through all these 3 points like this. And you name the equation as x minus 3y minus 6 equals 0. So this is our graphical representation of the given condition in the question. So now let's move on to our next question, which is question number 2. Now this is our second question. The coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,900. Later she buys another bat and 3 more balls for rupees 1,300. Represent this graphically and algebraically. So this is our question. So how do we write our answer? We consider the cost of bat and ball with different variables. So how do we find the answer? We consider the cost of bat and cost of ball as 2 different variables. So let cost of bat equals x and let cost of ball be y. Then by the given condition, let's see what is the given condition. The cricket coach buys 3 bats and 6 balls. So that is 3x plus 6y. It cost her rupees 3,900. Now let's simplify this. So you get x plus 2y is equal to 1300, and we put it as our equation number 1. Now let's find out our second equation. So what is the second condition given? The coach again buys a bat and 3 more balls. So also x plus 3y is equal to how much did it cost her? Rupees 1,300. So equals 1300, and this will be our equation 2. So this is our algebraic representation of the given condition. Now let us find the graphical representation. So now I have taken down and written up both the equations. So now I have taken down and written both equation 1 and equation 2. So to plot the graph, what should you do first? You should derive the solution set. So first let us find out our solution set. For that I draw the box with x and y, and I find at least 3 values. So first let us find this equation number 1 in terms of y equal to. So how can you write this as? 2y is equal to 1300 minus x. Y is equal to 1300 minus x by 2. So now let us find out what value of x you substitute so that you get an easier value of y to plot in the graph. So let's find first value. Let us take x as 100. Then what do you get y as? Y you get it as 600. Now next I am taking the value minus 100. Then when I substitute minus 100 in terms of x, I get the value of y as 700. So I get here 700. Now next what value can I take? I take x as 300. So I get y as 500. So now I have derived the solution set for the first equation. Now let us find out the solution set of second equation. For that, what do you do first? You bring this given equation in terms of y equal to. So this becomes 3y is equal to 1300 minus x, which implies y is equal to 1300 minus x by 3. So now let's draw the solution set box here. Write x, y and find at least 3 solutions. So first, what value of x can I consider? I take x as 100. So what do I get the answer? When x is equal to 100, I get y is equal to 400. Now what can I take the second value for x? I take x as 400. So then what do I get y as? When x is equal to 400, I get y as 300. Now what is the next value which I can take? I can take x as 700. So I get 1300 minus 700 by 3, I get 200. So now we have got the solution set for both the equation, and now let's start plotting the graph. So let's consider the first solution set. So our first point is 100 and 600. So let's find 100 here on x-axis and on y-axis 600. So there is the point. Next is minus 100 and 700. Minus 100 on x-axis and 700 on y-axis. So here comes our point. Next, 300 and 500. 300 on x-axis and 500 on y-axis. So now we are joining these 3 points. You get a line like this. And we write the equation of this line. What is that? X plus 2y equals 1300. Now let's draw the graph of our second equation. So our first point in the solution set is 100, 400. So 100 on x-axis and 400 on y-axis, the point comes here. Then 400, 300. So 400 on x-axis and 300 on y-axis, the point comes here. Now 700, 200. So 700 on x-axis and 200 on y-axis, the point comes here. So now let's draw a line passing through all these 3 points. The line goes like this, and let's name the equation. Equation is x plus 3y equals 1300. So x plus 3y equals 1300. So this was our graphical representation. Now let's move on to our next question, which is question number 3. Now this is our third question. The cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes in a day was found to be rupees 160. After a month, the cost of 4 kg of apples and 2 kg of grapes is rupees 300. Then represent this situation algebraically and graphically. So now what do you take x and y as? You take x as the cost of 1 kg of apple and y as the cost of 1 kg of grapes. So let's write that answer. Let cost of 1 kg of apple equals x, and let cost of 1 kg of grapes be y. Then by the given condition, what do you get? What is given here? 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes was found to be rupees 160. So 2x plus y is equal to 160. This becomes a first equation. Now what is the second condition? After a month, the cost of 4 kg of apples and 2 kg of grapes became rupees 300. So 4 kg of apples, which is 4x, and 2 kg of grapes, which is 2y, became rupees 300. Now you can simplify this, taking 2 common. What do you get? 2x plus y is equal to 150. This is our second equation. So this is how we represent the given situation algebraically. Now let us find the graphical representation. So now I have taken down and written both the equations, which is 2x plus y is equal to 160 and 2x plus y is equal to 150. So to represent this situation graphically, what do you do first? You derive the solution set first. So for the solution set, what do? You have to rearrange the given equation in terms of y is equal to. So let's rearrange. You get y is equal to 160 minus 2x. So now let us draw our solution set box. Then we write x, y in 2 different columns, and we find out at least 3 values. So first, let's substitute a value of x. Let x is equal to, say, 40. So what do I get when x is equal to 40? 160 minus 80. So that becomes 80. Now what do I take as second value? I am taking x as 50. So what do I get? 160 minus 2 into 50. That is 160 minus 100. So that is 60. So when I take 50, I get the answer 60. Now the third value, I am taking x as 60. So I get, when x is equal to 60, I get y is equal to 40. So now we have got the first solution set. Now let us find the solution set for this second equation also. For that, first we bring this given equation in terms of y is equal to. So here y is equal to 150 minus 2x. Now let's draw the box. X, y, and we take at least 3 values. So first, let us put the value of x as 30. Then what do I get y as? I get y as 90. So when x is equal to 30, I get y is equal to 90. Now what about the second value? I can take x as 50. Then what do you get the value of y as? I get y is equal to 50. So again, when x is equal to 50, I get y also equal to 50. Now next, what value can I take for x? I can take x as 60. Then what do I get the value? I get the value of y as 30. So when x is equal to 60, I get y as 30. And now let us plot this into the graph. So the first point is 40, 80. So 40 on x-axis and 80 on y-axis. So this is our point. Next, 50, 60. So 50 on x-axis and 60 on y-axis. So this is our point. Now 60, 40. So 60 on x-axis and 40 on y-axis. This is our point. So now let's join these points. You get the line like this. And let us name this line as 2x plus y is equal to 160. So 2x plus y is equal to 160. Now let us plot the next line. So that is 30, 90. So 30 and 90. The point comes here. 50 and 50. So 50 in x-axis and 50 in y-axis. So the point comes here. Now 60, 30. So 60 in x-axis and 30 on y-axis. The point comes here. Now let's join this line. So you get the line like this. And the name of this equation is 2x plus y is equal to 150. So this is 2x plus y is equal to 150. So this is our graphical representation, and with this we have finished our exercise 3.1. So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Till then,